I scan Anya very fast, and I throw one knife, and then the board collapsed and it almost crushed Anya. Just a big, scary moment for us.
Moving on into our number 9 spot, we have magician David Blaine failed to catch a bullet in this act where he's supposed to catch a bullet between his teeth, but it ends up shattering the cup in his mouth and hitting him right in the back of the throat, bouncing right back out of his mouth. And he actually said that he thought he died once it shattered the cup because he knew it broke, but it was actually just very heart-racing to watch, and it is definitely something I don't think anybody should ever try.
There was a high-pitched ringing in my ear.
Moving along to our number 8 spot, we have a Houdini wannabe who gets buried alive in a coffin and it goes horribly wrong. Now essentially what happens here is this guy gets put into an all-glass coffin and buried into the ground. Now instead of just using dirt, they also use concrete to make sure he stays down in there, and instead of the concrete and dirt just holding him down in here, all of the weight combined onto that glass coffin caused it to collapse, and he was basically buried inside a bunch of concrete. And once they got him out, I'm pretty sure he later died at the hospital. It is pretty sad, but at the same time it could have been avoided because how stupid it was, and I just really don't know how I feel about it.
Emergency plan is put into action. A backhoe is brought in to dig a new hole next to Shirt, making it possible for the weight of the cement to be dispersed as cheated death. The stunt coordinator's backup plan helps save Bill Shirt, who was hospitalized after the cave-in.
Up next at our number 7 spot, we have a Polish television host who actually got stabbed in the hand live on TV. This was absolutely insane. Now the trick here is to put a spike under a paper bag and have 2 more bags, and you shuffle it around, and the magician told the TV host the right bag to smash her hand on, but that bag actually had the spike in it, which caused her to actually stab herself in the hand, and this one was actually pretty painful to watch, but nonetheless this magician must feel like a complete idiot.
Kurwa, przepraszam. Przybiłem ci rękę. Naprawdę, przybiłem mi rękę. Przepraszam.
Ała, to bolało.
Słuchajcie, nie...
To bolało, ała.
Błagam was, niech to się nie dzieje naprawdę, niech to będzie tylko i wyłącznie...
Ała.
Chodź.
Coming in at our number 6 spot, we have a magic trick that is supposed to make it look like 2 people have switched positions via teleportation or something like that, and all of this takes place behind a curtain, but the curtain actually gave way in this scene, and the person actually got caught in the act trying to climb up the ladder into the box, and this is absolutely hilarious. Everybody in the crowd started laughing, and their entire act pretty much got exposed on live television.
Do Brasil!
Moving into our number 5 spot, we have a magic trick that I'm just so confused as to what happened. This guy gets absolutely destroyed by this circus act. Now essentially what happens in this act is this clown takes this guy by the chest and slams him on his back. I really don't know what he was going for here, but this guy hits his head so hard on the ground that it actually knocks him unconscious. I don't know about you guys, but this video has lawsuit written all over it for me, and I think this guy is definitely going to be getting paid. Moving along into our number 4 spot, we have one of those street performers you'll see at like a big crowded event or some big city. Anyway, he draws a pretty big crowd to himself, and he has one volunteer come out and throw a knife to him. Now instead of catching that knife with the handle, the knife actually does a bunch of flips, and he catches the knife right with the big bladed side of the knife, slicing his hand right open. Now instead of going to seek medical attention because his hand is obviously cut open, he plays it off like nothing even happened, and he even tells the crowd that this happens all the time, which I thought was pretty funny because how much of an idiot he looks like. Anyway, you kind of got to hand it to him because he does play this off pretty well, and I definitely could not have kept my cool with my hand cut open like this.
That'd be awesome. Turn it around, please. A little bit stronger than the fire, but none of that shit. Watch. Good. Back. If you throw the knife like this, I will throw the fire back. Obviously. Let's try this out, guys. Put your hand high on the handle. Here we go. 1, 2. Crazy American chick. 3. Ay, 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 ay. Ha, 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 ha. Guys, this was the show. Ah, ha, ha, ha. This hasn't happened in a long.
Moving along into our number 3 spot, it looks like we have some magicians on like a TV show called America's Got Talent or some show like that. Anyway, in this trick, they're going to try and put a person in a box and separate that box, looking like the human is actually being separated, even though the person is still alive. It all looks fake, but when they actually fail the trick, it makes it just look absolutely hilarious. So what happens is the person inside the box is going to be covered by a curtain, and that curtain falls off, exposing the entire person's body as they have a fake body beside it, making it look like it's real. But anyway, that curtain falls off, exposing the entire trick. Now, that really wasn't it. They try to keep going with the trick, but they just look absolutely stupid, and I thought this was one of the funniest things on this list, so I had to throw it in there for you guys.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask you, you made a few mistakes there, right?
The illusion went perfect.
So when the thing dropped down, that was deliberate.
Coming into our number 2 spot, things start to get a lot more crazy. We have a magic trick at the halftime show at an Oklahoma City Thunder game. Now for the trick, a person is submerged into a tank of water locked in chains, and she is supposed to get out underwater completely. That is going to save her life. But during this trick, she has a seizure, causing her to lose consciousness and is basically drowning as time goes by. The people actually struggle to get her out, but they finally do, and her life was saved. But nonetheless, this is a pretty scary video to watch, and I couldn't actually imagine being there. Moving on into our number 1 spot, we have one of those Chris Angel stunts, and this thing just goes south so fast. Spencer Horseman is a very well-known magician, and he's known for getting out of these boxes while he's chained up in water, and I think it is very cool what he does. But in this video, he is suspended off the ground in a box full of water, chained inside of it, and he just quite can't get out. Now, this isn't the first time this has actually happened. I've seen a couple other clips of him getting stuck during like a practice or something like that, and I just don't know why he keeps doing this. Anyway, they finally get him out, and he actually almost died in this clip. Now, later on in an interview, somebody asked him if he's going to keep doing this trick, and he says he's probably going to do it until he dies. I don't know about you guys, but this guy is absolutely insane. I would never risk my life for doing a trick like this. I just think it is absolutely stupid, and something like this could just be totally avoided by just not simply doing it.
Let's go on. I just need to find a new girl.